So let's use this to get lots of skills. Ah, so this is something that would have happened in the past because it was a first world thingamabob. I've returned with a report. Rumors been discovered Marai's army has been hiding very important documents are rumored to be inside. Important documents? Could that include the army's deployment locations and other internal details? And I'll have a long answer to that question, so I'll answer it after the scene is through. Definitely put us at an advantage if we had those. I'd say it's worth looking into. Fortunately, one of their bases is located near this room, making it quite dangerous to get to. So even if we manage to sneak in, we might get overwhelmed by enemies before we can get to the documents. Wonder if there's a way to get to them before they get to us. We'll hold them off. I don't know.
Sounds good.
Right, I'll stop them before they can call for reinforcements. We can stall them, and Arena can use the opportunity to slip inside undetected. What do you think? Oh, so I'll steal the documents from that room while you keep them distracted.
Just as expected.
I like that idea. Let's commence immediately. I'll lead the way. You give the orders, Harmonia. So, this game, I thought that I'd like it a lot because I liked Persona 5 and I really like strategy games. I thought this would just be a combination of two things that I love. And I started out, and it has 5 difficulty modes, much like Persona 5, with the hardest of the 5 difficulty modes being Merciless. And I started playing this on Merciless, and my goodness, this game bored the living daylights out of me. Wow, those shadows just pop in, they don't even fade in or anything. It was so dang boring because it just was not hard whatsoever on a difficulty mode called Merciless. This game has multiple worlds though. After 10 hours in, I cleared the first world, and World 2 is actually seeming a little bit harder. It hasn't really pushed me all that much yet, but I am actually starting to need to use my brain a little bit more, which is why I feel like, okay, now it might be worthwhile to get the additional skill points that I get for doing these quests. So it seems like it does actually get harder, but I genuinely think this first world, on even Merciless difficulty, is probably the easiest SRPG I've ever played in my life. Like, it was ridiculous. I am glad that it seems like it is getting good now, gameplay-wise here, because it actually has some really fascinating systems that for the strategy and stuff. Like with the triangle attacks, the one mores and stuff that you can trigger, the follow-ups. There's some actual really cool systems that they have in place here that if the game really pushes me and forces me to use all these unique mechanics to like the best extent that I can, it could be really cool. So hopefully the game will still do that. But first world was hella boring. It's starting to get a bit better now. I am enjoying the game more as it's going on. But my other big complaint is just the cutscenes. The art style that they adopted was the chibi art style of the Persona Q games on the 3DS, which isn't really all that fitting in a home console kind of format here, since this is on like every modern platform now. It feels very out of place and feels like something that you would more see on like the 3DS. And the cutscenes themselves, in Persona 5, / Persona 5 Royal, whatever the heck, there was the actual models moving around in the cutscene along with the portrait arts on the bottom of the screen. And you would be able to see the characters moving around, emoting, doing all this stuff that made the cutscenes a bit more interesting. And the material itself, the content that was actually being discussed, was actually pretty interesting. But the cutscenes in this game, there are no 3D models going through these motions or anything like that, except in the higher quality cutscenes. The basic cutscenes are just these portraits that are on the screen going through these different drawn presets that they have. That makes the cutscenes not all that engaging visually. It's about as boring as can be visually most of the time. And the content is just really boring a lot of the time. Like, I found it really interesting in Persona 5, the different situations that they were talking and going through and like, oh, how do we get through this? But in this, there's all this banter about stuff that I just don't remotely care about. And it's like, did they really want it to be that story-based of a game in something like this? Like, is that really all that fitting here? Especially when the story isn't really quite anywhere near as interesting here. So, over half of the game is just the characters talking in a kind of boring format. And when you briefly get to play, the gameplay itself was pretty boring for a while. It's getting better. This game is getting better as it's going on. I do have to say, the story material towards the end of the first world got good. But before, towards the ending, it was just really bad. I'm intrigued by this second world here, but it hasn't really had anything that's all that good yet, I don't think. But the gameplay is getting better. Wait, what if next time you get the mods together for Tales Symphonia, you just only speak German the whole stream? What an idea that is. Anyway, that's my impression of Persona 5 Tactica. I don't really know if I'd recommend this game yet at this point. Right now, it's just like very mixed feelings, and I find myself feeling kind of about it. If I wasn't a content creator, I don't think that I would have kept playing this game up until this point, unless I just had nothing else to play, just because I actually have been finding myself kind of bored with it. Which is sad, because, again, I really like Persona 5, I really like strategy RPGs. But, we'll see. This game got a lot better towards the end of the first world, story-wise, and it's starting to get a lot better gameplay-wise, so let's see. Room is just ahead. Let's break through quickly.
Joker.
Following your orders, Joker. Let's do this. So, yeah, we'll see here.
There's no time. We've gotta hurry.
So, does just anyone need to reach it? Reach the target in one turn. Is there anything stopping Ryuji from just getting to it? Because, I mean, like... Yeah, there is something stopping Ryuji. The fact that he can't, he doesn't have a ladder down. That's why Joker can't do it either, because he's trapped that way. Story, I sleep. Gameplay, I sleep, but it's getting good. Everything else, I'm in a coma. One way of putting it here. Let's see here. I'll go to here. I'll shoot this guy in the knee. Phew. So when someone's in the open and you hit them, you basically get another turn. You can increase your movement. So, can I just, like...
Just steady my aim.
Here. Let's do this. Stab! And you can get another turn from these follow-ups as well. So, I don't know if there's much more that I can do with the Joker. I think when I unlocked this side quest, it was before, the one more was unlocked. Here. I'll get him with this guy. Means one more. And I go this way. And then Ryuji can do this. Knock this guy down here. And then, I don't know if there's much that he can do with this guy, though. And then if I, oh, but then I... Okay. I actually need to think about this. Hold on. Because, yeah, this wasn't done in one turn. Unless they launch me over to the thing. I don't think any of their things can do it. So...
No way. Time's up.
So I need to figure out how to get Arena there in one turn. Oh! I think this is the first time seeing the game over screen.
Forever fallen.
Oh. There was another thing. I didn't see what the last thing was. I pressed A because I thought I was done. Okay. Maybe I should have been doing the side quests earlier. Maybe the side quests actually make you really have to think. I only did the first side quest, the really tutorial-like one. And it was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty typical. But, even side quest 2 here, I have to reach that target in one turn. Is what I have to do. Why is it only showing the chat shadow? I have to figure out how to chain things together enough to get over. So hold on. So definitely this. But like... Maybe this guy's just out in the open to give Joker a one more. But how would I launch that guy out of a... Wait, maybe I don't need to launch him out of there.
Okay.
Hold on. So if we do this, like that, and then we can get a one more off of one of these guys, I'm fairly certain. Because this guy's out in the open. No, I won't. Oh, well, I did a little bit, but that's fine. It's just a little love tap. Let's see here. So then, from here... If I go ahead and just aha. If I just yeehaw like the cowboy I am. If I do that, I can still do this, the Great Partisan. And get him like this. There we go. And then, I need one more here. I can reach this guy. Which means... Like, if I shock him first. Like this. Zap. Shocked.
Show me what you got.
And then
Uh,
I get him.
okay, we're down one enemy.
I can get there now, right? There it is. Oh, I gotcha. Interesting.
Now let's continue onward.
That's how you do it. Oh, and it levels up my my sub personas there too. Cool. That's neat. All right, yeah. Let's get some GP with some quests at this point, because I would not mind it. Time to get some growth points. What's my pot looking like? Okay, it's a couple notches up there. Seems like remind you of the mock battles and triangle strategy with these more difficult battles. Yeah, that's basically what it is here, is the triangle strategy mock battles. That's our destination. Phew, we made it. Well, that's just because Joker's orders were so easy to follow. Alright, time to get our hands on these important documents then. Let's go. This room is a mess. How are we supposed to find anything in here? Wait, what's that on the floor? It says confidential super important on the cover. Whoa, top secret triangle strategy! That's where they decide to hide it? Someone ought to be fired. Well, better for us, I guess. What does it say? Ever get on her nerves. The ultimate guide to appeasing Lady Marie. What? Magic tricks are forbidden as entertainment. She'll lose if she can't figure out how something works. Doesn't like magic. Look, there it is. A strategy game that I'd rather be playing right now. Is that really all it says? Let's see that. I actually love triangle strategy. Such a good game. It has its flaws as well. It has some things I criticize about it, but in general, I love that game. Let's see. Curve your back a little when you're being Lady Marie's chair. Important to create a snug fit. I think out of all the HD 2D games I've played, the Octopath Traveler titles Live Alive and Triangle Strategy, I actually think Triangle Strategy is my favorite. My biggest complaint with Triangle Strategy is one of the same complaints that I had with this, is the format for cutscenes is just not very interesting, and it's a story-based game that should have been in a format that made for a lot more interesting cutscenes. Triangle Strategy is just a visual novel for like half the time. It is really fascinating material. Like the political arguments that it makes is actually really fascinating. It's one of the reasons why I love the game, because of how realistic it is in terms of just like human motivations. But it's just the format for cutscenes is just not very interesting, and I could feel myself dozing off at times. You know, like I love that game, but it just is not the best game for the HD 2D art style format. Like gameplay-wise, it works fine, but cutscene-wise, it's no. That's my biggest complaint with Triangle Strategy, but I love that game. Yeah, even if they are enemies, one should have to be a chair. How about we not take this from them? It just means stealing. Wait, it'd just be mean stealing something like this. But wait, that means this information is totally useless. Well, technically, this is a super important document for Marie's army, so... Well, at least now we know that we'll work well together.
That's true.
Successfully pulling off that strategy was huge. Keep this momentum rolling. Like, look, that was a couple-minute battle, and for how much cutscene? Yeah, let's keep our fighting spirits high. There we go. Sweet, some GP. First way to keep something secret is to write top secret, highly confidential on it. Yeah, you're not wrong. So is that from prep quests, or was it from the hideout quests? It's from the hideout quests. That's so dumb that there's two different quest menus.
Which should we choose?
Alright. And this one only includes the ones I haven't done. Why can't it all just be in one menu? Alright, decompressing. Ryuji is feeling stressed. Haru has an idea for blowing off some steam. Cool, let's do it.
That's good.
Way to go. File map for Roland's Path is the best battle. It makes for good thinking, but it's such a shit ending. I haven't played any of the non-golden route things, so I wouldn't know what they are. Is it kind of like, oh wait, was that the, I think I looked it up on YouTube. Was that the one where it's in S-Frost and there's the molten lava everywhere? Because that looks really cool, if that's the, if I'm thinking of the right one. I'm feeling so restless, man. Or like the molten iron. That's kind of random. Yes, yeah. That's one where I saw and I was like, oh, I kind of wish I could have played this map, but I don't have the time to do multiple playthroughs of this game. But it did look pretty sick. Thought that was really cool. And yeah, it's not exactly a great ending, but that's a cool map. I just want to go outside and move my body. Damn, it's Mari's damn army. Constant worry and sneaking around all the time is stressful, you know? Well, if you're looking to really let loose, I do have one suggestion. More of a favor, actually. There's a base that belongs to Mari's army nearby. I'd like to take it out, but I could use your help.
So
Won't there be a lot of enemies there? Sounds a bit risky. I've already canvassed the place and secured an infiltration route. There's an open space inside, so the plan is to catch them off guard and finish them quickly. We held off until now because we didn't have the manpower. Now that we have more allies, though, we should be able to pull it off.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, now we're talking. Just blasting our way through should do the trick, right? Not as easy as you make it sound, you know.
I don't know.
I think I can help with that. My guns are most efficient at taking out a concentrated mass of enemies. Guess me and Hara are gonna let some lead fly. We'd be helping Arena out too, so why not, right? Go wild. Guess the two of you are experts at large area attacks. Just don't let your guard down, alright?
Alright, let's go.
Woohoo, let's do this. I, in real life, for the first time recently, like, about a weekish ago, something like that, actually used firearms for the first time in my life. Just, like, some simple handguns. And, I do have to say, like, from going from only really seeing them depicted in media compared to, actually handling one in real life, it makes you get a whole lot more respect for, how destructive of devices they really are. Like, how much oomph there is when you really feel it. Like, you feel that recoil and, see something fly, and it's like, it is kind of interesting, though. But yeah, and hello, enter Noise Game in, redeeming absolutely nothing. Only the best point redemption ever. Wait, am I just gonna have to triangle attack these guys a couple times? Triangle strategy them? What's going on here? Alright, it looks like the infiltration went smoothly. Now it's time to take them all out. Oh, look at them all. Time to let loose and knock some heads.
Enough.
Focus, Skull. I want to do this cleanly and efficiently. Yes, ma'am. Mara's really getting into this. You better not fall behind, Skull. Okay, so what's the way to do this?
I'll do my best.
So,
Time to get chaotic.
wait, defeat all enemies within 3 turns. I thought I was gonna have to triangle strategy, but it's kind of looking like I might just be able to, Holy crap! They have, like, next to no health.
You went for it,
I don't have to do any triangle strategy at all.
swept away the enemies in one hit.
And then I think Ryuji can probably just shotgun these guys, right? For his neutral special, he wields a gun. Oh, he can reach 2.
New enemies down.
Alright, well, that's fine. I can just now do this.
Isn't that going to hit me?
That hits those 2, right? Yeah, it looks like they'll both die. That was fine. Oh. Wait, and that's within 3 turns. That implies that there's gonna be reinforcements. Oh, crap.
Better get ready.
I needed to...
Here I go.
Whoops.
Wait, are you trying to hit your teammate?
Hold on. Hold on a hot second here. It wouldn't be 3 turns if it's actually just these guys. There's no shot. I simply refuse to believe it.
Quick.
Wow. I mean, like... You!
One hit. Nice strat. I'm ready.
That's a lot of enemies with 1 hit. Will this actually kill? Okay, there we go.
Reinforcements.
Okay.
Make way for the low-level losers. Here I go.
And then...
Get out of here.
Perfect!
Swept away the enemies in one hit. Nice strat.
Okay, well, I got 1 more off of that, right? Can I just do this in 1 turn? Not quite. But imagine, though. One day someone walked into an Atlus board meeting, stood up in front of everyone, stood to the table, 2 words. Persona, Tactics, and everyone clapped for a standing ovation. Like, why does it turn into, like, just the shadow? That's so weird. I don't know why it disables chat when it disables chat and not the chat shadow when I switch layouts here sometimes. I honestly think that Persona and a tactical game sounds like a really cool combination. It's just I wish the execution was kind of different. Bam!
Okay, we're down 1 enemy.
But ideal-wise, I'm down for it. It's just like... maybe not chibi style. Maybe have the game actually be a little bit harder.
Hey, that's dangerous.
But yeah. Yeah, it's,
Don't move now.
kind of a popular thing nowadays. Kind of seeming like. Let's see here. Q. Well.
I'm ready.
Alright. Dad axe.
Enemy down. Keep at it, Noir.
There we go. I can switch layouts again and turn chat off and on to make sure it works.
Nice work.
Just
everybody.
but awesome?
Glad that we won.
What? What does this mean? Stage cleared. Alright. There's another side quest done. Or it will be once this next little cutscene is through. Whoops. Calling it a little early there. Alright. There goes the last of them. Whew, unleashing all that pent-up energy felt great. I agree. In fact, I could even go for another round. I guess these side quests are pretty fast, so it's like, may as well ham them out, right? Whoa, was this energetic, Noir? Sure you're not secretly the athletic type? Not really. It's more like, get really absorbed in my work. Even something like tending foliage. Or using a grenade launcher to kill 9 guys at once there. I get that if you were swinging your axe, but what does shooting have to do with that? Well, sure. It feels especially nice when you see the pesky weeds getting cleared out. Yeah, I quite like gardening stuff too, considering that's what's currently being worked at being printed here. It's slowly working its way up. The previous pots I've printed around here have been like this dragon scale design. Printing a little bit of a different design this time to mix things up. Not just have every single pot that I 3D print be a dragon scale thing, but yeah. Pot with a lot of space for a hascat plant of mine. So into that I'd end up uprooting and obliterating every last one. Is that so? Careful, Skull. She might cut you down too if you get in her way. Crap, I better scoot. Hang on, I'm not some kind of weed, damn it. Don't worry, Skull. Your hair's getting pretty shaggy, so I'll only take a little off the top. Don't give me that look. Senpai? Please? Wait, has he always referred to her as Senpai? If that's because... Yeah, that might also be a factor. Maybe new skills are available for unlocking. I believe it. Oh, let's see here. Quest.
What should we
And,
do?
but yeah, the thing that I'm 3D printing here, I hope that this will be the last pot that I ever need for these hascat plants that I'm putting them into. Because once they outgrow these pots, they'll just be planted in the ground outside anyway. And be able to stay there forever. Hopefully. Hopefully they don't need, like, any more pot upgrades and they can just go in the ground. I mean, they could probably go in the ground as is right now. It's just winter. So they gotta go into the ground sometime when it's not winter. Playing City Skylines, I just found out that if you build, like, 4 dams in a row, they all still produce full power. It doesn't take away any of the, force of the water that's movement. Wow. That... Nice. Yusuke wants to remember what it was like to be brainwashed by Mari, but he needs some help. What's more the feeling? Let's do it.